You're looking forward to growing an amazing garden this year. Maybe it's your first garden. Maybe you've been doing this for decades. But how do you begin that amazing garden? Is it by collecting 15 different seed catalogs? Or is it something else? Join me today as I discuss how to start your garden plan. Hi, I'm Gardener Scott, and developing a garden plan, in my opinion, is one of the most important things you can do to have a successful gardening year. Some of us, long ago when we first began gardening, just bought some seeds and put them in the ground and hoped for the best. But figuring out over time that the plan is what makes the difference is what's enabled me to become a successful gardener on a pretty regular basis. Now, the idea of choosing plants and where to put them and how you're supposed to keep them alive, all of that can be overwhelming. It begins with your plan. And I think the plan begins by asking some simple questions of yourself and what you intend for the year ahead. Now, yes, you have to figure out what plants you're going to grow, but that's one of the later steps. And you have to learn how to take care of your plants. You don't really need to worry about that until you've chosen the plants. I think the most important question to ask right up front is why? Why do you want a garden this year? Why are you going to spend your time and your energy and your money to grow plants? I've been gardening for more than 3 decades, but it's really only been the last 10 years when I began asking myself that question, why am I gardening, that I really figured it out. That I started having successful gardens. And you can see in my YouTube videos over the last 10 years the progression that I've made as I've figured it out and as I've developed a yearly plan for my garden. The answers change every year, but the basic question remains. Why am I growing this year? And as I ask myself the question, this year, for me, the answer is, I want to try some new things. I want to continue building my garden. I want to fill in some of the empty spaces with easy plants, with perennials and native plants that are going to do well in my specific garden. And so with that overall goal, I can begin looking at what plants I'm going to choose. And I can figure out just exactly where I'm going to put those plants. It's winter in my garden, which is one reason why I'm indoors. But my planning does not start in January. My planning actually began back in May and June and July. I spend much of the growing season just observing, just paying attention to what's happening in my garden. And then I'll make notes in a garden journal or a log about what I see and what I want, about what's working, about what's not working, so that during the summer months, I'm actually planning the garden for the following year. That's what helps me define the answer to the question of why I'm gardening. Because in the previous year, I started thinking about it. I started thinking about what I want to do differently in the year ahead. And so last year, I did a lot of the same things. That's what got me thinking that it was time to start doing some new things. And particularly in my pollinator garden, it was growing well. The flowers were great, the insect activity was great, but there were gaps. that got me thinking that for the following year, this upcoming year, I needed to fill in those gaps with new plants, with new colors. I recognized that while I had a variety of plants and some great color throughout the garden, there were gaps during the calendar year when I didn't have flowers in bloom. And it mostly defeats the purpose of a pollinator garden if you don't always have some flowers blooming. So this year, that needs to be part of my plan. As I fill in those empty spaces, I need to think about what I've noted about the bloom times and when those gaps are going to be there on my calendar, when the insects aren't appearing in the garden. So as I choose the plants I'm going to grow, that now becomes something that I look for. When is the plant going to be in bloom? And while I have some great early season blooms and some pretty good mid-season blooms, and again, some wonderful end of season blooms, there are gaps in between, those shoulder times that I need to have something that maybe is blooming all season long, or maybe only has a few weeks of color. But if I can figure out how to have the flowers, the color, the insects in my garden throughout the entire season, then my goal for this year in that respect will be accomplished. And that's how my plan starts coming together, based on what happened last year, what I want for this year, and the necessary steps I need to take to find the plants that work. Now, if you didn't start your planning like I did last summer, it's not too late. The basic process remains the same. Think about what happened last year. Think about all of those factors that you want to repeat or that you want to do differently. And that's how you start this year's garden plan, because you're smarter. You're more experienced. You've learned some important lessons. So put that knowledge to use as you move forward and begin figuring out what it is you want to grow, after you already know why you're doing it. And choosing the what is a lot of fun. That's one reason why I've got 15 different catalogs, because I like looking through them for the things I'm looking for, like a particular color or bloom time, but also because of the interest. Do you have the Baker Creek catalog? Have you looked through it? The pictures are always amazing, but the variety is just incredible. This is like reading a gardening novel that I enjoy every year. And there are so many other catalogs that fall into that basic category. If you're not focused on the flowers, if like most gardeners, you're focused on your vegetables, it's still the same idea. What did you grow last year that you want to repeat this year? And if there was something you grew that did particularly well, maybe try something that's similar but a little different. If you discovered that carrots do great in your garden, instead of growing the single variety that you might have grown last year, grow 3, maybe 4 different varieties this year. And you can do the same thing with tomatoes or squash or peppers or whatever it is that you want to grow in your garden. If the answer to the why you garden is because you want to grow food for your family, then take that into consideration. What is your family going to eat? What do they eat the most of? And that could be right at the top of the list of the plants that you choose to grow. Choosing a plant that is easy for you, that does well in your garden, and that's going to be eaten, really is a plant that you should be growing. If you've never had a garden before and you want to start off, use those thoughts in determining what plants you're going to begin with. Now, you don't have to start with a massive garden, and your garden plan can be as simple as, I have this single bed and I want to grow particular plants in this bed, and let's choose what those plants happen to be. So you pick up a catalog like this Pine Tree Garden Seeds and you start flipping through it. Kale, is that something I want to grow? Maybe. Squash, of course that's something I want to grow. Pages and pages of tomatoes. Now I have to figure out which kind of tomato I want. I like having that challenge. I like answering that question when I see red tomatoes and green tomatoes and orange tomatoes and pink tomatoes, small tomatoes, big tomatoes. What a wonderful way to spend your time going through a catalog, trying to fill in that empty space, be it a flower plant or a vegetable plant. The fun part is choosing the plants. Starting your plan by looking backwards is a great way to be able to figure out the plants you want moving forward. You can see with me in just these few moments that I've been talking that by answering the basic questions of what my goals are this year within the garden, it got me excited. It got me interested. It got me started with my planning. Now, it's going to take me some time to go through these catalogs, and it's going to take me some time to actually put the plan in place long before I ever get my first seed. But I've started. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the season ahead. And that's all you need to do is just answer those basic questions, develop some of that excitement, keep that excitement going, and then just have a great growing season. If you want to see some of my other thoughts on garden planning, watch one of these videos next. I'm Gardener Scott. Enjoy gardening.